One step in the kennel and I was overcome with the sounds and smells of what I was coming into. The dogs were barking at different sound intervals, confusing my ears as to what dogs held what voice. My thoughts were clouded, unable to hear what my trainer Greg was saying. The smell of wet dog hair and their humid breath covered the enclosure from wall to wall, leaving no room to escape except out the door. The kennel was a zoo, a circus of the trained and untrained, the loud and the quiet, the confident and the shy. I took a lap around the kennel, getting a better look at the eyes staring at me, an intruder to their temporary safe place. Good luck, Greg said, hoping to encourage me, but just ended up making my nerves climb. The barking dogs followed me down the aisle of the kennel. Hudson was first. It was time to start my job of walking dogs. It seems easy, right? Hudson is a German Shepherd and not the nicely trained dogs you see working alongside cops and sniffing up bombs. Hudson is a large, wild dog that barks at everyone and everything. Hand shaking, I unlocked the door. Arm traveling swiftly and quickly, I looped the leash around his neck. Hudson, feeling the material set in on his furry neck, bolts to the door, taking me with him. Luckily, he didn't have very far to go, and the door leading outside wasn't very far from his run. I asked the German Shepherd to sit, which he did not obey right away, and brought the leash up, warm to the top of his neck, allowing me more control and strength. I slowly opened the door and pulled up on the leash. Each step around the yard, Hudson kept looking at me. Finally, I was able to put him back in his run. He lapped up the much-needed water on this hot day. One dog down, and I was already exhausted. Sweat dripped down the center of my back. I walked to the next dog, unable to contain a smile automatic to the cuteness that was in front of me. Belle, a short, muscular pit bull, sat in the corner, looking up at me with confusion. I noticed something about her that I had not seen before. Behind her eyes, I saw so much emotion. Her face lifted as I opened the door. She instantly laid on her back, exposing her stomach, surrendering herself to me. I couldn't contain my laughter. This only made Belle happier to see me, a girl she had never seen before, but instantly loved. Belle was so muscular and squatty that she was like a big dump truck. The blue pit bull, slobbery but adorable, pulled even harder than Hudson, but was very responsive to my call, and eventually walked by my side. I knew dogs were empathetic creatures, but I never realized that each dog had their own unique personality. I finally understood the point to all of this, my point, my purpose. Each dog that I walked was completely different from the former. Every single dog, with no exceptions, had their own personality. A year later, still working at the kennel, I'm constantly learning more and more about the special personalities that get me through my days.